Ladies and gentlemen, comrades and friends, welcome to The Week with me, Comrade Fatso, where we bring you the news smellier than Lady Squander's foot. And today we've got a special interview with a very special guest. Some of you may know him for having famously said, "Fuck you," to the president. Others may have seen him on a sex tape doing some cheeky things. Meanwhile, some of you may remember him as a staunch defender of ZANU-PF, only to now be a critic of the ruling party. Ladies and gentlemen, I bring to you today in studio the fuck you specialist and the leader of Viva Zimbabwe political party, Comrade Acie Lumumba. Comrade, welcome to the program.
It's good to be here, man. Thank you for having me.
Thank you for actually making it here and not being locked up while we were recording. So, Acie, I think, my first question to you is, why do you always repeat your name? Eh? You're always like Lumumba, Lumumba, Lumumba. Is it because you think you're going to forget your name? I mean, Comrade, I don't say welcome to the week with Comrade Fatso, Comrade Fatso, Comrade Fatso. Eh?
Let me tell you a very interesting story. When I was coming up, nobody either could pronounce my name properly or nobody could remember my name. So I always had to repeat myself over and over again, including when I met girls in high school. I would continuously have to introduce myself, and now people fight over which of my names to use. I repeatedly say my name because I want you to remember it. It's important you remember my name because I feel for the longest time I belonged to a generation that was ignored, or I was simply ignored. But it's important now when I speak, Lumumba, Lumumba, Lumumba said it.
I got it. I heard it the first time. So now the second question, I think on everyone's lips is, are you actually a member of the Central Intelligence Organization?
CIO. See, first, if I told you, I'd have to kill you. No. I'm not. I think it takes a lot of skilled training. I think it takes a lot of going to school to know how to run an intelligence operation or to occupy an intelligence office, and I don't have that. I wish I was, though. Maybe I'll be able to do some pretty cool stuff like James Bond,
You sound like you're just trying to make the CIO happy by your statement, but anyway. Another question. Are you an aspiring urban grooves artist, Comrade? Because, the quality of your sex tapes, it even puts Anastana to shame.
I am terribly sorry that the public had to watch me and in an intimate moment with someone who's very close and intimate to me. I'm terribly sorry about that. But am I contesting with Stana? No, I think, I don't know. I think, me and Stana, like Jacob Zuma said it.
Now, Comrade, did you say fuck you to the president at your recent press conference because you didn't have any policy to announce? Did you get to your press conference and you're like, shit, comrades, I don't have any economic policy to announce to resuscitate the economy, let me just say fuck you to the president? Or did you mean to say, dear Comrade Gabriel Robert Mugabe, thank you for allowing me to be in the party for so long. I'm now going on my way.
I have very high regard for President Robert Mugabe. I am totally in love with the young Robert Mugabe. The Robert Mugabe who told a dream of a liberated Zimbabwe that would be free of oppression and belonging to the majority of black Zimbabweans. The biggest issue I have with the president is he has refused to give access to this generation to participate in where this country is going. We actually have to live in the future of this country, and yet we're not involved at all in either planning it or exercising the pathway in which we're going to get there.
So you've recently been in the courts. You've been in the courts last week, this week, for this F-bomb incident. And quite famously, you invited everyone to attend your court appearance with a dress code, black and white. What the fuck? Comrade, this was a court appearance at the Magistrates Court. It wasn't a nightclub gig at Pablo's. Were you guys serving mojitos and sushi at the entrance? Was it ladies free before 10 a.m.? Because I was at the courts last week for this flag gathering when Pastor Evan was being tried. And they literally there was just Maputi and Sadza being sold. So maybe I should come to your next court appearance because it sounds like it's quite gangster, eh?
Well, look, I saw the memes and the spoofs of people being invited to court. First of all, let me put a disclaimer. We didn't put that out. Had we put it out, we would have made sure that we wrote full buy and catering. But there's a very important issue to talk about here, which is what's happening at the courts. I'm deliberately not publicly communicating about what's happening at the courts because I don't want people on one hand to focus on that. We have real issues we need to focus on as a country, and the real issues are how do we build a legal or a justice system that serves the interests of the people. The law must always serve the people, not people serving the law. It is the law who has the responsibility to benefit you, not you benefiting the law.
Now, a last question to you. What's your vision for Zimbabwe? Ultimately, if you were to achieve power through your political party, how would you go about building the participatory politics that we need? How would you go about building an economy that works for poor people?
Good. Thank you for asking that question. My vision is Zimbabwe must be a country that is fit for all who live in it. Whatever your version of a good life is. Now, to some, their version of a good life is being able to afford taking their kids to school. To some, their version of a good life is being able to take their talent and be able to make an income from that talent. But whatever that version of a good life is, this country ought to have space for you. It's all young people are asking for. Can you give us space to be able to contribute so that we can enjoy this country too? That's my vision. How do we intend on doing it? I intend on doing it by making sure that you are involved, by making sure that everybody's involved. It's about time we have a politics that ensures every idea matters. I get criticized a lot for being ambitious. I get criticized a lot for being arrogant. And I ask myself the question, what's wrong with that? What's wrong with being ambitious? What's wrong with being so arrogant that I can actually say, I want to run the biggest political party in the country? Now, it's just as okay as it is for Comrade Fatso to say you want to take Magamba TV to be the biggest online platform, bigger than anything else in the country. There is nothing wrong with ambition. It's exactly what we need, and it's exactly what we're going to use to get this country forward.
So you heard it. He's ambitious. He wants to be the president. He wants to have the biggest political party in the whole country. Now, ladies and gentlemen, we'd like to thank you for joining us on The Week. I have been Comrade Fatso. You have been the people. Thank you and